Today we're going to be talking about abuse and neglect and applying the therapeutic recreation process. Joe and his brother were abused by their natural mother when they were young children. Joe's adoptive family is supportive and has accessed leisure resources through the park and recreation department. Joe does not appear to be physically impaired, although abuse at an early age, with subsequent placements in a number of foster homes, has exacerbated his cognitive, behavioral, and social deficits. Joe is 18 years old and is living with his adoptive parents. He attends school in an inclusive setting where he is identified as having a behavior disorder. Joe and his brother became wards of the state at ages 3 and 1 when they were abandoned by their mother. Medical examination revealed physical abuse. The brothers were placed in separate foster care homes. Joe was adopted at age 10 after living in 3 homes. Joe comprehends and complies with verbal requests, yet neither verbalizes nor initiates conversations. When presented with alternatives, he makes known his preferences. Joe functions in groups, yet does not verbally interact with other group members. In his early home environment, withdrawal and isolation are effective coping mechanisms and are difficult patterns to reverse. Functional living and job training are included in his school curriculum. He attends aquatic therapy programs through the Therapeutic Recreation Division of the Recreation Commission. Joe's long-term goals are to improve his social functioning. The 2 short-term goals that he has are to increase verbal and nonverbal expression and to increase personal interactions as a group member. Objectives. After 6 months of intervention, Joe will, number 1, respond to at least 2 yes or no questions from the TRS each session, and number 2, verbalize to at least one other person in a group each time the Young Adult Social Club meets. Content. Joe will attend speech therapy and individual psychotherapy sessions during the school day and will participate in the Teen Social Club, which is co-sponsored by the Mental Health Clinic and the Therapeutic Recreation Division. The intent of the club is to help students apply functional living and community orientation skills acquired through the academic program. Experiences incorporate social training, time and money management, activities that help participants to access transportation, and individual living tasks. Process. To determine Joe's functioning relative to the academic community, home, and leisure settings, the TRS administered the Functional Assessment of Characteristics for Therapeutic Recreation Revised. The assessment was completed by observing Joe during initial aquatic therapy and social club settings. From the assessment, the therapist identified the skills that needed improvement and could be remediated through therapeutic recreation. A behavior management program will be implemented by a therapy team consisting of vocational, rehabilitation specialists, psychologists, social workers, special educators, and TRS. Year-round training is recommended in Joe's individual transition plan. Consistency in daily routine is emphasized. The family documented Joe's verbal and group interactions. Joe was rewarded for his progress through verbal praise and additional swimming opportunities. During social club meetings, members were paired with community buddies to facilitate inclusionary experiences. Team meetings were held twice a year, and Joe's ITP was updated annually. A behavior specialist routinely monitored Joe's social and emotional behaviors. TRSs kept critical incident records to record verbal responses during activity sessions. The buddy system was monitored to determine the number of new social contacts Joe made, as well as his verbal and nonverbal interactions. Observations were made twice yearly prior to the team meetings to reevaluate functional outcomes reported on the Functional Assessment of Characteristics for Therapeutic Recreation Revised. I hope this helped you to learn a little bit about applying the therapeutic recreation process to abuse